Welcome to Academy of Network and Innovations channel. In this lesson, you will learn how to use the past simple tense. This is one of the most exciting and important tenses in our series of English tenses. You can use this tense to tell someone what you did yesterday. You can also use this tense to tell somebody what happened in the world 500 years ago. Whatever you are trying to describe that happened before now, you can use the past simple tense. Are you ready to learn this tense? Let's get started. So, when we talk about the past simple tense, we talk about an action or an event or a situation that started and ended in the past, okay? Examples: she cooked dinner. It rained yesterday. And now, I'm going to show you how to form a past simple. In the English language, we have regular and irregular verbs. It's advisable that you study the most commonly used irregular verbs. Take a look at these sentences. I walked to school yesterday. He paid for dinner last week. Both these sentences are in the past simple tense. How to form a past simple? We put subject plus verb with ed plus object. For the regular verbs, we simply use the infinitive form of the verb and add ed. Example: he wiped the table. For the plural forms, we walked to school. You watched the tennis match. Pay attention to verbs that end in an e, such as leave, close, and wipe. With these verbs, we use the infinitive form of the verb, but we only add d. For example, I lived here in 2020. He's closed the window. We also need to pay extra attention to verbs that end in y, especially though exceeded by a consonant such as spy, study. Here the y change into an I. For example, he spied on his neighbors. They studied a lot. Now let's have a look at the irregular verbs. All irregular verbs have a unit past simple form. I built that set last year. The infinitive form is to build. She taught English in the 1990s. The infinitive form is to teach. Let's have a look at the past simple in questions. For all verbs, regular and irregular, we use the auxiliary verb to do, but we need the past simple tense, which is did, and the infinitive form of the verb. Did plus subject plus the infinitive form of the verb. For example, did she talk to him this morning? Or did you ride your bicycles yesterday? For the past simple in negations, regular and irregular, we also use the past simple tense of the auxiliary verb to do, which is did, and we add not to it, contracting it into didn't, plus the infinitive form of the verb. For example, I didn't want to come over the last night. Besides, the past simple tense of to be in English for two forms, was and were. You can see subject plus was or were. We have I, he, she, it go with was, and you, we, they go with were. Examples: I was ill last weekend. James was at the library yesterday. For the negative form, we just need add not behind the verb to be. Example: you wasn't at school last Monday, or we weren't in French last week. For the question form, we put the verb to be at the beginning of the sentence to make questions. Example: was you absent yesterday? So we need to know when it happened. For example, yesterday, ago, last, or in plus time in the past. Example: he left for the New York yesterday. Brian called last week. They got married in the 2009. We also use the past simple in question after when. Example: when did you buy that t-shirt? All of them are the signal of the past simple tense. So, it's time to practice to make sure that you move forward into the fullness of this tense. Now, remember, this is part of series of lessons that we have. The next lesson you can go to after the past simple tense is the past continuous tense. Don't forget like and subscribe our channel. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.